But it was important to us to stay in Pottstown and be a Pottstown business because Pottstown had been so good to Levi's dad and the firm over the years that we really didn't make much sense to leave. You know, we looked at some properties just to kind of check it off the list, but we were pretty excited to purchase the property at 800 East High Street and redevelop that.
It was important where we had been on Hanover Street as a old Victorian apartment building, basically. It wasn't particularly handicapped accessible. And our firm has a large population of people who are injured and people who don't get around so well, and we needed handicapped access as much as anything else. So it was important to find a new space that took care of that need. And we looked in the area, but when we saw that 800 East High Street was an opportunity for us, we really felt a lot of calling to fix that building up too. If you had been familiar with it and how it had looked, it needed somebody to come
a little facelift
and give it some love, which we were very happy to do, and we're happy with how it turned out.
Pottstown Go Forth Festival, which is the 4th of July activities in Pottstown, which has a very long history. Our organization is relatively new, but it builds on that history of the big 4th of July celebration in Pottstown. So we're very excited to be able to present that to the community. It's for everybody, and it's free, and lots of great entertainment and food, and of course fireworks, which is what everybody really. Well, it's free to the attendees, yeah.
Right.
But it's we do a lot of fundraising for that. Our budget is $55,000 this year, so that's the number that we need to hit for fundraising. We have a lot of sponsorships by local businesses and donations by individuals. So about 40,000 of that comes from business sponsorships and contributions, and then the rest of it is from individuals that send in checks or drop $5 in the bucket or $1 in the bucket, and so the community really pays for a big portion of it out of their interest. Well, I think our business was going to be in Pottstown
no matter what.
Regardless.
Yeah.
I mean, we at that point had already been here for 40 years, almost 40 years, and didn't see going anywhere for the foreseeable future. So, you know, regardless of whether Pottstown was going to boom or not, we were going to be there for the long haul. Of course, we're very excited that it's booming.
But the answer is yes. In 2012, there was already starting to be momentum. Steel River Playhouse, the Brick House was here. The things that were going on and starting to change and move were already in place at that point. So we had seen it, happening for years and years, and it was slow, but it was always the progress in the right direction. It was never going down, it was always going up.
I think it really started when Borough was built in 2000, and that was really kind of an anchor for the downtown, and then restaurants started moving in. Lily's came in across the street, and the diner's always been there, but it's been
It was renovated, it hadn't always been there, it got reopened.
Right, so when Borough Hall went up in 2000, I think that was really a pivotal turning point.
My grandfather had a store at 207 High Street that was Wolf's China and Glass, what's now China Pan. And he had that business for many years. It was before the mall even opened, before people registered for their wedding china at JCPenney, they registered with my grandfather. So there's many, many people in this area who had china and silver that they purchased at that store. And he sold that business in 1980. So he had actually been a Padita chairman years and years ago. So my family's definitely been involved for quite a long time. But yeah, obviously there's challenges in terms of the infrastructure of jobs. We don't have Firestone, we don't have Dana, what it used to be, we don't have Occidental Chemical, we don't have, Stanley Flagg, the big employers. But I think Pottstown is well attuned to the changing economics of, where we are in 2019. And it's well poised to take advantage of the new economy. I think the people who have that attitude that you're talking about are the people that are slowly not being in Pottstown anymore. And the people who are coming into Pottstown, the people who want to be here, who want to live in a walkable community, who want to live in a place that has fantastic architecture that's stood the test of time for 100 years. the growth of what's happening in Pottstown is people who want to take advantage of what we have. And you're seeing it all around you with the restaurants and the shops and the axe throwing and Steel River and the pub and Kiki
Carousel.
Vodka and Carousel. All those things that are happening are because of the new life that's going on in Pottstown, and the people who aren't on board with that aren't interested in being here, and that's fine.
We pick Pottstown.